Heaven looks like very cloudy.
Heaven is like bright and whitish above the clouds in another dimension.
Transparent and cloudy and white.
Heaven means to me that it's for the dead to rest in peace in a castle, maybe.
A very good world that you will enjoy or something. Heaven is a peaceful place.
I think heaven is a place where
there should be a person who will record down the stuff,
where the souls leave the body and get to live in a nice place which they deserve.
and they'll tell him whether they can come back to earth or have a rebirth or become an animal or a human again.
No one told me this. I read it in a book.
Death is like very usual for everyone because I know when all of us grow older, we will die.
Can die of oldness, sickness, and some pass away, they stop moving and don't wake up forever.
My grandfather passed away from lung cancer as he smoked too much, and he cannot stop smoking as he is too old. If he stops smoking, he will die straight away. I did see him suffering, but it's already destined for him to keep on smoking as he had already started it. He kept on coughing and his voice will start to be softer and softer. I just see him die on his sofa, and he was still having a cigarette on his mouth. After that, we have a funeral for him, and we hired some priest to help him chant. After that, the priest will ring a bell. After that, walk around us, and we will be wearing the younger one will be wearing blue color with a pin on the side of your sleeve. After that, the elder one will be wearing white color t-shirt with long pants also on the side of the sleeve. I felt very sad, and that day I cried quite a lot. It took some time to stop the pain. I did speak to my dad, but he told me that this is like a fate, cause he started smoking, so everybody will eventually die, but smoking will let you die earlier. The happy moments we spent together is when we went genting, and we will go to the place and play some of the games together. And we will have a dinner during around like 3 weeks ago before he died. We have a last dinner. I think he will have another opportunity to come back to Earth, as he did not do anything bad during his first life.
I'm going to talk about my grandfather, which recently passed away last month on the 28th of September 2013. He passed away around 1 a.m. in the morning at the NUH hospital. When my grandfather passed away, everyone got informed. The closest people who are still awake in the morning doing something, so the people got informed. Then they woke up all their children and met all our cousins, nephews at my grandfather's house for a funeral. They used a white color cloth to wrap him up After that, he was brought to the cemetery and pray for him and put flowers on his grave. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. My parents tell me the word Al-Fatiha means respect and obedience to my kind of God. Everyone was feeling very sad, especially my cousin. He was crying because he did not expect my grandfather to pass away. So I tried to comfort him and let him stop crying because things like this happen. I think my grandfather will go to heaven and will be born again into either a human or animal. The pillow is given by my grandfather a few days before he passed away and was hospitalized for examinations. He gave it to me because he thinks that he never given me anything before, so he gave it to me. When you know that they are gonna die, you can just start off by apologizing what you had done wrong to them.
You have this last chance of the moment on the person that is gonna die. You show your love to them and spend more time with them instead of the person that is not gonna die. Take more photo of the moments that you had, and when they pass away, you can still remember them.
I don't want them to know that they are going to die, so maybe I can cheer them up a little so they will feel at least a little bit happy before they're going to die, so I can remember the happy moments with them and what has happened, so I will keep their memories treasured.
I'm going to talk about my grandfather who passed away when I was very young, which is about 4 to 5 years old. He was very kind to me and always give way to me. For example, when he's watching halfway through a movie that I don't understand and I keep on asking him questions, he will always try to explain it to me instead of scolding me like sometimes my father always does. I was very sad to see my grandfather to leave me so early. He was sleeping in bed. So then the next thing I know, I don't really know how this thing happened, because the next morning my parents just brought me to my grandmother's house and I realized that he was just lying down there in front of the hall and with his eyes closed. Yeah. During the funeral, my auntie was very sad and she was like crying. It took her some of her friends to calm her down. It was a very sad moment at that time. I was crying as I really miss him. After I saw him, I prayed a little bit, then I had to do a little bit prayers by putting some flowers on his legs or something like that. And it was very crowded, so it was very hard for me to take a good view of my grandfather. And then I was sent to the room to play with the other kids. I heard my father say he was burnt and then they keep his ashes. It is a bit too violent for me, of the big fire burning down the body when I was that age. I think I would have cried also again seeing that happen. My grandfather will always be there for me and say, never mind, you must be strong, don't be scared, something like this. And I felt very bad because I really miss him. So whenever I think about him, I kind of tear up a little bit.
I was 7 years old and my grandmother actually passed away. She died by the next day. She actually slept and then died. And then the next day we didn't notice that she never wake up. We called the ambulance to check on her, what is going on her. Did she die or not? But the bad news is she actually died. Yeah, I attend the funeral. Then we have to like pray. Then we saw and then we have to get on the small mini bus. Then we have to take out our shoe and wear the sock. But actually it was raining, and I really don't want to go out, but I have to. So everybody go out, then go to the funeral burning place. When we reach there, we steam our socks and go to the burning room and see her burn to ash. I felt sad and never cried, but I felt in my heart that it's very sad.
My grandmother name, this my grandma. This is my cousin. This is me when I was very young. And these are all my other cousins. It was one of the oldest photo I have now, and it was my grandma's birthday. Yeah, I call her Ama in Mandarin. I was 12 years old and she was 79 years old. She passed away on November 2012. At night, after taking her dinner, she was about to walk into her bedroom, and then she just suddenly fainted. She's somewhere. She might be in the heaven, just looking at us, keeping us safe. She taught us not to anyhow spend money and spend it wisely, and not borrowing from loan sharks money. I feel that now special occasions are very normal, not very lively like when she's around. I told him that not to worry too much, yeah, and then that she will rest in peace, yeah, and not to worry too much, and just don't cry anymore.
I'm going to talk about my grand aunt. She passed away last year having lung cancer. She passed away at the hospital and she was asking for coffee. Then she had a sip and went back to sleep and never woke up. I went to the funeral. I saw my grandmother and I saw she actually was crying, but after when we reached there she stopped. We saw like praying, then my parents went to pray and me and my siblings just sat there. I stayed at the funeral for 3 hours. I was too young to do anything, and I didn't actually get to pray because I don't know why. I actually told my mother I wanted to be there, but the next day I had school, so I couldn't stay. Sometimes I feel regretted. I feel like I should have prayed for her, showed more respect.
My mother is very special to me and I really love her actually. I have lost her because she has passed away, that's all. But I think I have to feel happy because there is a reason why she has passed away. And when she passed away, I was 6 years old, and I was actually very sad. They burnt my mother, and the ashes were in the so my father went to the beach and he put the ashes in the water, and then we did all the Indian funeral things also, but I didn't really know what was happening because I was 6 years old and I really didn't understand what was going on. So I just followed my father whatever he did. Just cried for like one whole week, and I couldn't stop because it's like a very bad moment of my life, and I really didn't want to lose my mother actually at that age. He said that mommy has already become an angel or something. So every time when I talk about her, I just call her Angel Mommy. That's all. I don't really want to call her mommy because it reminds me of all the happy moments I had with her. So it will just like make me cry and everything. The only thing I remember when she passed away was that she always said that if I pass away, just don't think about it and everything, because I know she wants me to more further on my studies and everything. So she said don't need to worry about me and everything. So I just listen to her words and I just carry on. When will we die? I don't know when will we die because many people die at many times.
I don't really look forward to it because there's still many things the world has for me to do.
When someone is old and sick and they're gonna die, we can help them by achieving their dreams before they die, helping them be more respectful for them.
I like to ask my grandfather how is it in heaven and how is he dealing with his illness, and I want to ask him if he still smokes in heaven. Yeah.